Hello YouTube and welcome back to Black Myth Wukong part 15. So, I believe I would be going over here and I will be... For now, I would... Actually, I need to respec as well into the new spell and a new armor. So... There you go. Perfect. And now as for the armor, so I cannot craft any new armor, so what do I have in regards to the armor? So I guess I will have to rely on perfect dodges. But it will give me good defenses, at least. And as for the weapon, healer stance, thunder damage. Of course, I do not have enough for this one. I will stick with this one. And relics? No. So this will help me move faster for now. And well, since I'm supposed to be doing perfect dodging, I'll just increase the defense for now. I can change these anytime. Yep. And all of these, they will give me will, which is the currency. So what's over here? Nothing for now. Okay, well, I'm not sure anymore, so of course there's a boss fight or something. Oh.
好妹妹，里面凉快得很呐，就等你进来与我一起双修了。
元帅说笑。你若放下执念，我自然会劝师傅放了你，到时便可同修大道。
哎，我可叫都不行。看来那老贼得了师兄的玩意儿，果然功力大涨，连你这东天小官都被训得服服帖帖。不过听这动静，天命人已赢了塔下的金子。好妹妹，估着这金疙瘩要等不到你师傅来开喽。
这金挠是祖师爷的法宝，小小天命人，如何破得了？
哈哈哈哈哈。Oh yes, it will be a boss fight. One of the best in this game. And it will be very hard.
你唤醒了龟将，你怎知这下面是他？
什么舍不得归不归的？刚刚闻到一股骚味，这味道好生亲切，忍不住敲锣迎接。
师傅惜你父
Kang-Jin
亲，
Star.
饶你一命，让你在浮屠塔底清修，既不识相，小西天的极乐之境，怕是与你无缘了。
So shocked state. What is this? Critical hit chance? What is this? I really don't need it. This? What is this? Oh, but I need defense or something like that. Okay, well, let's see. What about these? So ah, now it's too late. Well.
只要放下恩心， 便能参悟妙法，世事又有何妨？元雷，无变。震而为雷，击之成电。
Wait, why do I have? What? But I'm not supposed to get hit by it. Yes. Just give me a moment. Ah, so close. Well, there's a second try. After all. But no, this is not where I meant to go for the second try. Really, I'm actually stuck here. I cannot even... Okay, so what do I have left? Like, nothing. I have this. And so defense. Yeah, this will be good. So I forgot to switch. So now the immobilize is completely useless, and Ring of Fire is unavailable. And I cannot change my transformation or anything like that. So that will be that. Wow. However, I can change my armor. Wait. Yes, decoy. I don't have any thunder resistance, but that's okay. And for this, that will be that. Well, let's see how this time it works out. And wait, oh! No, there is a shrine. Okay, never mind. It's I don't know what it's called. Instance. So set spells. So now I will have this spell. However, I'm not even sure. So actually, let's just remake all of this. Okay. And then set the spells back, and over here I will have the red tides. Now as for the pluck of many, so yeah, I don't have any upgrades for these, but so what is my armor again? Oh, yeah, well that's going to be quite fine. Journal. So Kang-Jin Loon is the dragon. So let's read about it. Halfway to the west they journey on, returning to the homeland where dreams belong. Strengthened and weakened by the mighty sack, principles falter as a misguided track. Kang-Jin Loon, one of the 28 constellations, is the second constellation of the Azure Loon of the East. With a sharp horn on her forehead, she once drilled through the gold symbols to rescue the great sage. Since then, the constellation officers have upheld the principle of staying sharp, leading many immortals to believe that some strange influence had invaded their consciousness. One day, during the roll call in the Dome of Stars, the Dawn Star was missing. Despite thorough inquiries, no one knew his whereabouts. Coincidentally, Yellowbrow returned to the New West to host a grand ceremony inviting various Yagwais, gods, immortals, and Buddhas to attend. Hearing the news, Kang-Jin sought permission from the celestial court and attended the ceremony intended to secretly investigate the Dawn Star's disappearance. However, like the Dawn Star, Kang-Jin also vanished without a trace. The constellation officers speculated and compared notes, realizing that both the Dawn Star and Kang-Jin had once done the great sage big favors. They suspected a connection with the great sage. Reflecting on their past interactions with the great sage, they grew fearful. Kui Mu Wolf scoffed. "So that monkey ruined my plans. I still respect him. But you all, who always boasted about your friendship with that monkey, why are you silent now?" Very good question. I'll read about these later. Yeah, I do not have her as a character nor anything at this point because I haven't beaten her. So oh yeah, one other thing. And rest. Well, now this will give me the best chance I can possibly get. But don't I have... Yeah.
吾有因头悬市曹何故？吾有因四渎师管何故？吾有因诸色往往何故？吾有因慈悲颠倒何故？吾有因暗伏清背何故？是曰：夕照见折，万象澄澈，点光朝露，聚散离合。
This is actually a different boss. And nevertheless, Very good. Cyan Loon. Well, let's see how I do against him. So first of all, immobilize. Block of many. No, but wow. Okay. Well, can I read about him now? Ah, not until I beat him. Very well. So, what about my armor? This will be better. Um, yes. Slightly better. And yeah. But actually, maybe it's time for a little respec on the stance. Maybe this one will be better. I'm not sure anymore. Oh, I forgot about this. So I also have a different armor for the pillar stance or something like that. I don't know anymore. Anyways, oh, I should probably change the headgear. Yeah. Why not? At this point, and well, he is resistant to thunder just like all of them. So as far as my options go, this is the pillar stance stuff. So now I can reignite sparks into the pillar stance. But I may as well try it. So how churning gale? Sweeping gale. Yeah, well, that will be a lot of memorization done on the fly, hopefully. Immobilize will still be very helpful. So is this. Now slightly. I'll try this. See how it does. No, I've never tried it. But I will try it later. So, second attempt at. Wait, where is he at? And. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Where is he? Oh, there he is. No, but okay. Hold on. How do I switch stances? Okay. And no, but wait. Okay. How do I switch stances on healer stance? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, well, naturally the pillar stance, I obviously didn't learn anything, so I will be going back to this. And okay, so oh, I see. Time to revisit an old friend. When in dire need. Yep, that's what friends are for, I suppose. Alright. Hello.
道祖慈悲，好汉福寿无量。
Oh, yes. That. Oh, do I have something to. I don't have anything to sell. Um. And I do have shock resistance, so I make 2.
察天地动静之机，探日月盈虚之妙，丹可成品。妙哉妙哉，世间珍奇不过如此。
So this is what I have right now. Wait, why do I have so much chill resistance? Okay, well, I guess I'll have to.
本本气澄清，五内换重新。
So, I don't remember how. Insufficient will. Really? Well, I guess it's time to go farming. And where will I go farming? So first of all, for farming, this will be best, although it offers almost 0 defense. And yeah, the cooldown is good. Yeah, and this will have to be remade too. Yeah, this will be a lot of farming and a long episode. Oh, but this will be good. Okay, and so I will go and farm in chapter 3. And I'll start here. Oh, but wow, it's going to be very difficult. Maybe I shouldn't be starting there. Or maybe I'll be fine. Okay. Are you going to come out or what? Do you need a special invitation? Yep. Okay. How much will do I have? Basically nothing. Okay. Oh, you are going to be mobilized. Okay. And you will be unalive before you could even wake up. So what is there next? Next will be the second floor. Ah. I'm already out of mana. So naturally, I will just reset. So how much? Okay, I can remake the staff. At least. Actually, I don't need to do it yet. Or do I? Well, I mean... Okay. Yes, and equip. And so now my stats look miserable. So I will improve the armor. No, not one. And I will... No, but it only increases will. Ah, this will be good. Oh yes, forgot about this. No, but like... You're going to keep ignoring me, then I will ignore you too. I remember about you. Okay. And oh, that guy dropped. Yeah. I don't think there's anything over there. Oh, okay. Well, that's not as bad as I expected it to be for the will. Okay. I should wait for my stamina to recover. Four attempts. Something here? No. No, but yeah. Okay. How much will do I have? 1.5. Okay. This area is much easier without Captain Wise voice. Okay. Ah. You again? Ah. No problems. And so, okay. I have 1.8. Yeah, goodbye. But is there nothing that allows me to gain mana? Nope. Actually, I can switch to this. Um, wait, where? Oh, I don't have the last piece. So, um, I can do the perfect dodges. It will be this kind of combination. Well, this will be all for now, and I'm going to see how much I can regain with the that old friend. Well,
金丹之道，炼己为先。好
do I have
汉
anything to sell? Oh, I do. One piece. Okay. One piece. So will required is I see. So I will take one of
内炼成
these.
丹，外炼
Yes,
成
yes.
造化一。
How much will do I have? Okay.
道祖慈悲，好汉福寿无量。
So now 2 of
察
stamina.
天地动静之机，外炼。
Okay. And
阴阳生五行之机，探日月。
okay, so how much? Oh, I have enough for one more.
不出户知天下，不窥友见天道。好汉别来无恙。
So oh, I can do 4 of these.
内炼成丹，外炼成法。好汉若有丹药之需，可随时
Oh
来
yeah,
我这里。
will do. After I farm even more. Right. So this will be good. And I mean, oh, I can make some. Okay. So I do want 2 of these. And I can make a few of these. And some of these. One of these for now. And one of these. So now I need Jade Lotus and Licorice. Thankfully, I know where to find them. They are in this chapter. But not quite in this place. Very close. So I don't think there's anything else growing around here. Well, I guess I can meditate. Oh yes, Tiger Vanguard. Oh, this reminds me. Now I can also read about chapter 2. Well, let's begin. Meditation spots. Yeah, well, that very nice. Now, so first of all, Tiger Vanguard. Majestic and grand, with a fierce display, stripped coat, eyes like lightning's ray, in the blood pool its wrath does rise. With a bronze head and iron tail, it terrifies. The tale began centuries past, when the journeyers crossed Yellow-Wind Ridge. In those days, the old Tiger Vanguard lost his life seizing the Tan monk. He left behind 2 sons who, once orphaned, had to fend for themselves. The mountain groves lay in ruins. The Tiger brothers led the remaining lesser Gwaris in a bitter struggle for survival. Fortunately, their father had taught them enough to make a living. As the sandstorms ebbed, Rogue Wise slowly restored the groves to their former state. The elder Tiger, following his father's ways, governed the Yagwais in the mountain. Each knew their place, and dared not prowl forth to prey on the living. Later, mortals, drawn by the lush peaks and clear springs, built a village among the slopes. The elder Tiger gained renown as a deity in the mountain, with the principle devour the evil and shield the good. That was very good. Yes, indeed. And so now the yellow wind sage. Unless unless well, let's read about the first prince of the flowing sands. Though hairless, strength prevails, sturdy and bold, never frail. Madness hides in mountain where winds sing, in dark gutters reigns as a king. The yellow-furred rat had quelled the calamity caused by Fuban, earning the king's deep respect and being appointed as the royal sage. No matter the state affairs or the minutiae of daily life, the king would first seek his counsel. At the sage's suggestion, the king issued the Rodent Reverence Edict, prompting rodent Gwais from all around to migrate into the city. The first prince, having distinguished himself in battle, was conferred the title of Brave General, and was basking in his success. However, he was deeply displeased that a Gwai sage had stolen his shine. Using the pretext of the rodent Gwais causing trouble, he rallied court officials to petition for the royal sage's removal. Several upheavals ensued in the court, resulting in the deaths of many loyal to the prince. Even even the third prince left in anger. Yet the king's trust in the sage remained unshaken. On the sage's birthday, the entire kingdom worshipped his statue, and even the king paid a visit to the temple of royal sage himself to offer incense and prayers. Unable to contain his fury, the first prince overturned the incense table in public. Such an affront to royal authority could not be tolerated. Enraged, the king imprisoned the prince. The sage, however, was not angered and even spoke many good words to the brave general. Learning of the sage's intercession, the prince became even more convinced that he was a deeply scheming evil Gwai, which is true. Cursing him incessantly in his cell, the king, upon hearing this, grew more antagonized by his unruly son. Hence, he decreed that the prince needed strict discipline, ordering that his meals be delivered to the cell door thrice daily with no visitors allowed. Initially, the prince was very stubborn, but over time he softened and began to plead for mercy. Yet he remained defiant in his heart, constantly plotting to kill the rodents and avenge himself once he was free. One day his meal was late, and he was growing anxious. Then he heard the sound of a key turning, and the cell door unexpectedly opened. After waiting for a while and seeing no one enter, he walked himself out. To his astonishment, the guards and officials bustling about outside were no longer human. They all became rats, dressed in robes. The prince thought it was that the sage had led the rodent guys to usurp the throne, and in his panic he charged into his father's golden hall. A short, stout rat, speaking in his father's voice, called out to him, "This must be an impostor." The prince grabbed a guard's sword and struck at the king. Chaos erupted in the hall. Only the royal sage brought forth a bronze mirror for the prince to see himself. In the reflection there was no trace of the brave general, only an enormously fat rat. Now, no, this was the first prince. Kings? Uh, Characters? Well, this is very strange that I cannot. Well, there's the family. So, the royal family of Flowing Sands. A foolish son, a clever father, one plans ahead, the other rather. On the battlefield, no room for kin. The cunning father flees, leaving his son within. The kingdom of Flowing Sands had 3 princes of the royal line. The eldest prince, favored by the king, was renowned warrior for his valor in the battles against the Fuban. He was granted the title of valiant general, but later a shadow darkened his mind, clouding his reason and erasing his memories of his kin. Thus he was hidden away. The king was heartbroken. Luckily, 2 of his sons yet remained. The third prince, the youngest and the king's most trusted, was well versed in poetry and deeply fond of Buddhist teachings. He possessed both wisdom and strength. However, when the king issued the rodent reverence edict and executed those ministers who opposed it, the third prince left in protest. Wrath consumed the king, but one of his sons still remained. The second prince, though a man of great strength, was simple of mind. He was neither as skilled a warrior as his elder brother, nor as clever as his younger sibling. I guess you could call it the curse of being the middle child. Of the 3 sons, he was the least favored by the king. Nevertheless, he remained by the king's side the longest. When the yellow-winged king retrieved a mighty vessel and returned, the king of Flowing Sands rallied to his banner with what remained of his people, hoping to reclaim his lost kingdom. The yellow-winged king, short on men, saw the fierce spirit in the second prince and welcomed him and his followers into his ranks. But the yellow-winged king had a tiger vanguard, whose hunger for rat flesh required a fresh feast each day. When the yellow-winged king retreated into his meditating seclusion, The tiger grew even bolder. Only the savage might of the second prince's hammer could give him pause from time to time. Much did the second prince sacrifice for his father, the king, yet through all the perils and hardships they endured, the king of flowing sands never failed to bring the eldest prince with him and continuously sent minions to seek out the youngest. What thoughts dwelled in the heart of the second son, none could say, and that is rather sad. So, I do not have the third prince yet, but we've met him in chapter 3. That was the third prince. Yeah, that was him. And now on to a character, the headless monk. Headless monk. Sanshin, Sanshin, grief and rage untold, defeated and demeaned by my follower bold. Confused, I saw kindness repaid with hate. The sands obscure the truth, the wind seals my fate. In the days when strange winds first howled through Windrest, a curious event unfolded. Children of the village were at play near the village's edge, when haunting chords from the Sanxian wafted through the air. Their young ears caught the sun's pleasant notes. In the land of bloodshed and chaos's sting, intrigued, and never having heard such a song, the youngsters raced towards the musician. As they neared, they beheld a figure leaning on a boulder headless. The children scattered in fright, all but young Chengda, who stumbled and fell. As he lay, weeping and watching his friends flee, the headless monk ceased his strumming. He emerged from behind the rock and strummed once more. Invisible forces gently lifted Chanda, steadying him on his feet. No longer fearful, the boy observed that, apart from the missing head, this figure resembled the benevolent monks he'd seen in the hamlet. Seeing Chanda unafraid, the headless monk plucked another cord. A cooling breeze passed over the boy's bruised leg. Looking down, Chanda found his wound miraculously healed. Clapping in joy, he exclaimed, "Magic! Magic!" The monk strummed again, and Chanda's torn trousers restored themselves. With that, the monk returned to his eerie song, "Yellow wind rage, almighty all range," once buzzing with joy and glee, and vanished into a gust of wind and sand. When the villagers returned to save Chenda, they found him pointing at the sand, exclaiming, "It was an immortal." The adult scoffed, "Nonsense! What sort of immortal lacks a head? You've seen a ghost, boy." They were wrong. What is this? Oh, well. And now, The Yellow Wind Sage. Endless yellow winds, sands stretch afar. In the land once abundant, no homes there are. Half Gwai, half immortal, who can decide? Thief or sage, why would he mind? Firelight flickered over a table laden with food and drink. The second prince of flowing sands, sitting on the table, gnawed on what might have been half a haunch with relish. The king of flowing sands sat beside his son obediently, as someone who typically delighted in pointing out the missteps of others, he remained oddly silent during the feast. Even the tiger vanguard was on his best behavior, watching the dimwit across from him gorging on the haunch. The tiger seemed to have no appetite. The yellow-winged sage sat in the place of honor, one hand caressing the object resting on the table, the head of a bodhisattva, with eyes closed in silence. Pa, I need more! The sudden shout from the second prince set all hearts hammering. His pa, the king of flowing sands, glowered and hissed, "Shut it!" Then he scrambled to his knees and pleaded for forgiveness. "A trifle is all." The yellow-winged sage rested his hand atop the head of Lingshi, then stood. "With my master's most prized vessel in my grasp, I can surely absorb that thing. I mean to enter secluded meditation starting today. I have appeased those old rascals from above, yet it will be wise to remain discreet. If you are seeking seclusion, master," found the king of flowing sands, "my people and I would be honored to camp outside the cave and stand guard beside you." "Beside me?" The sage gazed at his master's head and rejected his offer immediately. "No. You will move to the ridge. I will be set in the yellow wind formation. Let no one disturb me." "If if there is urgent news, master, how shall we bear it unto you?" the king cried out. The yellow wind pointed at the tiger vanguard. "Have your rock brothers raise path of sand, each with a gate locked by a secret tally. You two vanguards will each hold a tally." Before Tiger Vanguard knelt to thank the sage for this weighty charge, the king interjected anxiously, "But master, we rats have never got along with those cats. If they hold The yellow-winged sage didn't want to listen at all. He picked up the Buddha head and interrupted, "All of you, withdraw. Do not disturb me until the very sky collapses." Yeah, Yellow-winged sage, the final boss of chapter 2. And now Bodhisattva Linji. From emptiness, desires arise, bringing strife. From compassion, lust grows, vast as life. Past joys turn to future regrets. Cleanse the heart, let go as the wind sets. Now, the reasons behind Bodhisattva Linji's beheading were widely debated. Tiger Vanguard put it this way: "How could we, mere followers, there to discuss the master's affairs. However, once I heard my father mention that our master despised that bod- bodhisattva of some sort, their so-called master-disciple bond. Huh, to me, it was more about merely seeking protection. Being a Yagwai, you got to be pragmatic. Immortals and Buddhas don't show mercy. It's all about mutual benefit. The king of Flowing Sand seemed to know more details. Years ago, when Master helped my humble kingdom avert disasters, I caught a glimpse of that big beetle. It had a Buddha head on its back, identical to the one Master beheaded. Alas, everyone in my kingdom turned into rats later. Master said it was a calamity he brought upon us and left us with his followers. I know he didn't want to leave. He always wanted Yagwais to live dignified lives. The second prince was tense. Master, not bad. The Bodhisattva deserved it. What? Ma Tianba, passing through, sighed and said, an oil-stealing rat climbs high only if someone sets up a ladder. The Yellow-Wind Sage had only one comment about the matter. Those who bring disaster upon others will have disaster brought upon themselves, if not by me, then by someone else. Well, disaster was brought to him by the Destined One, in order to restore Bodhisattva Lingji, as you saw at the end of chapter 2. And now I can also read about so not this. Okay, so let's begin here. Let's begin with the Tiger's Acolyte. Where has the swordsman gone with tears in his eyes? The wild wind sweeps the northern sands, lonely and desolate skies. Grass visits the empty village huts, dust welcomes the evil Gwais. Who knows the bitterness of the lotus heart, or the sourness within the pear's skies? There was once a swordsman, wild and free, who roamed the lands far and wide. For the love of a woman, he forsook his wandering ways, married, and had a child. But their happiness proved fleeting. From the mountains beyond the city walls there arose a wind, fierce and full of malice. It whipped the yellow dust into a frenzy, and the city was choked with it. Day after day, soon his wife succumbed to a wasting sickness, and their child too became ill. The man was devastated. He spent all his silver in a vain attempt to heal his child. Then he heard of Bodhisattva on New Mount Sumeru, who could cure the wind sickness. With haste he gathered what he still had and set forth with his child. When he reached New Mountain Sumeru, his disciples told him that the Bodhisattva had departed for Yellow Wind Ridge long ago and had not returned. The man had no choice but to take his child and set out once more. When they arrived at the ridge, they learned that this place was right next to the fierce wind. The child's frail condition worsened with each passing hour. They took shelter in the village of Windrest, where the child rested, and the father went to find the Bodhisattva. One day, While passing a dry well outside the village, the man heard a tiger's roar. He climbed down into the well and found a hidden cavern where a great tiger lay, wounded and weak, deep in meditation. The tiger told the man he was a deity in the mountain, which was a lie, revered by the village priests. In the valley, they had even raised a temple in his honor. He said he'd been ambushed by the Yaguai that stirred up the fierce wind and took over his temple. That's why he was in this pitiful state. The man was doubtful, but as he asked around the village, he found that the tale was true in every detail, from the reverence of the priests to the temple in the valley. He hastened back to the well, his ailing child in his arms, to beg the tiger for healing. The tiger brought out a strangely shaped gourd, filled it with water, and gave it to the child. Wonder of wonders, after drinking from the gourd, the child was able to run and play as he had before the wind sickness struck. The tiger told the man that the wind had harmed his essence. With the flesh of the living, he could regain his former might, and then he could tame the raging wind and heal the child completely. The man was reluctant, but as he watched his son grow stronger day by day, playing in the village with the other children, a terrible resolve hardened in his heart. He began to lead the unsuspecting villagers into the well, hoping to restore the tiger to its former strength. As time passed, most naturally, villagers found out what he had done. By the time the man returned to the village, he found his son slain by their hands. The man was consumed by regret, and drew the sword he had sealed away for years. He fell upon the villagers, and one by one he cut them down until the streets ran red with blood. Then, alone, he set out into the shifting sandstorm, lost in the ever-howling wind. Now, about the tiger. Mad Tiger. Yellow wind invades the land. Brothers turn into strife. Fathers venges, left unclaimed in the well of life. Roaring through the mountain pass, a heart that feigns to care, actions always have complete, dreams and life laid bare. One day, the brother of Tiger Vanguard was practicing his roaring technique at the bottom of a well when he saw someone climbing down the vines. Seeing that the intruder had some courage, he refrained from attacking and instead inquired about his purpose. The man explained that he was seeking a bodhisattva to cure his son's wind illness, but he failed, and now his son was on the brink of death. Hearing this, Tiger Brother devised a plan. He attributed his elder brother's deeds to himself and convinced the man to bring his son, claiming he could treat the boy. When they first met, the boy's face was pale, too weak to climb down the well by himself. The boy was carried by his father by tying him with a hemp rope to lower him safely into the well. Tiger Brother examined the boy and confirmed that his spirit had been disturbed by the Samadhi wind. Without stopping the wind and sand, no one could cure him. Tiger Brother remembered that his brother had given him a magical gourd. Drinking from it could strengthen one's vitality, and he thought it might keep the boy alive. After the boy drank the water Tiger Brother gave him, he indeed regained some energy and could speak. Despite his long illness, the boy was very polite. He thanked Tiger Brother for his help, praising him endlessly. In the boy's admiring gaze, Tiger Brother found a long-lost sense of satisfaction. He instructed the father and son to come daily to take a sip from the gourd, or the boy would relapse. After several visits, the boy's condition improved significantly. He could walk around and even play in the village. making many friends. Each time he came to drink from the gourd, he would call Tiger Brother Tiger God and share his new food, toys, and experience. Despite his initial awareness of the father and son, Tiger Brother gave the boy his gourd when he observed that the man was sincere and honest. He instructed the boy to keep the gourd close. Heeding his words, the boy's health improved even more. Yet abruptly the father and son stopped visiting. The Tiger Brother waited for several days, thinking they might have run off with the gourd. Determined to find out what happened, he went out to the village. Upon entering the village, he saw blood everywhere. The villagers had been slaughtered. At the village entrance there was a thin coffin, and inside lay the boy's body. He still wore the gourd Tiger Brother had given him around his neck. Judging by the wounds, it seemed he had been beaten to death with sticks. Tiger Brother carried the coffin back to the bottom of the well. He decided to wait until he was strong enough. One day he would stop that cursed wind and sand, and he did not. Now, oh yes, the quote, the the actually I already read about the Tiger Vanguard. This was their father, in quotes, Tiger Vanguard. Gathering strength with a mighty roar, transforming stones, launching surprise once more, a loyal general with a heart so bold, a noble fighter, lost in the age of old. The Tang monk and his two disciples pressed on. Before half a day had passed, they came upon a towering peak dire to behold. As they gazed upon it, there arose a tumult of wind. From the mountainside leaped a tiger. Dappled and fierce, its tail lashing in the wind. "I am no common beast," it roared. "I am the vanguard of Yellow Wind King. By order of my liege, I patrol this range and seek out mortals to serve as side dishes for his brews." The Yaguai closed in with a flurry of claws aimed at Baji's face. Wukong whipped out his staff with a shout, "Take him!" Baji rallied his courage, and Yaguai fell back in disarray. Panicked, it sloughed off its skin and draped it over a tiger-shaped rock. Loosed from its flesh, it transformed into a screaming gale and raced back to the mountain road. And there it found the Tang monk chanting his sutra. In a, in a trice, the tiger seized the monk and bore him away on the wind. The tiger brought the monk to the mouth of a cave and, still in the wind, spoke to the guard, "Tell this to our master. The Tiger Vanguard has captured the monk and awaits the king's decision at the gate." The guard rushed in to report. Out came two tiger cubs who hailed the Vanguard as their father. Yes, Mad Tiger and the Tiger Vanguard, and made their courtesies. The older cub asked, "Where did you find this pale-faced monk?" The Vanguard laughed. "A stroke of luck. I was patrolling the mountain and chanced upon him." The younger cub, overjoyed, said, "Well done, father. Teach me how you did it some day." Even as they spoke, the master of the cave sent word, "Bring him in." Along with his sons, the Tiger Vanguard presented the Tang monk before his master. "My king," the Vanguard began, "I was honored with your command to patrol the mountain. By chance I came across a monk, none other than the Tang Emperor's sworn brother, Tang monk. bound for a journey to the west to seek the scriptures. I seized him and now offer him to grace your table. The master, surprised, demanded the full tale. The vanguard knelt to one side and recounted the fight. Hold, said the cave master. We do not eat him just yet. The vanguard protested. My king, it is against our nature to refuse the food before us. But his master replied, you do not understand. Eating him would be no great matter, but I fear the two disciples of his will come clamoring at our gate. It is safest to bind him to the windrest post in our rear garden. Wait 3 days or 5. If his disciples do not come to our gate, we will boil, steam, fry, and roast him at our leisure. There is no rush. The vanguard rejoiced. Wise beyond measure, my king, wise indeed. The two young tigers followed their father out. The elder muttered, Master has always devoured mortals without a second thought. There should be something he left unsaid. The younger added, he seems almost afraid of that mortal. Their father snapped, you know nothing of the powers of our master. Long seasons have I served him. How could he shrink before any other? The brothers exchanged glances, but said no more. Scarcely half a day had passed when the master sent for them again. It was son Wukong challenging upon their gate. The tiger vanguard requested to face him, but the master demurred. I fear you cannot prevail against him. You may well be wounded, and you must not then impute blame unto me. The vanguard's sons urged him to reconsider, but he paid them no heed. Rest assured, wait only until I return. And he did return. And in fact, he actually even defeated Sun Wukong. Um, but I don't remember the rest of the story. So, that will be all for this long episode with introduction of new bosses and some lore. So, thank you very much for watching part 15 of Black Myth Wukong, and I will go farm and then begin part 16. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts about this part, and goodbye.